Welcome. We'll start in a seat today. So if you need to put your hips up on a blanket or sits bones, just to bring the floor to you to make this a little bit more comfortable, please do that. So take your hands next to your hips, lift your hips, slide your sits bones back. We want our pubic bone facing down. This will allow the chest to open, the thoracic spine to kind of press through. And then notice from here, if you're jutting your chin forward, just slightly guide it back. Upper arms, rotate out. Inner arms, turn in. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice the quality of your breath here. And see if you can get the breath to be smooth, steady. Maybe even add a little pause between the inhale and the exhale. Space between your eyebrows, the soft jaw is relaxed. As you inhale, reach your arms out and all the way up to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Set an intention for your practice today. Just one word, just an intention. Something you can use on your mat and carry off your mat. Inhale. Exhale. Rest the hands down. Let the eyes open. And then walk your hands forward. And come into your Ujjayi breath. So that's inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Slight little constriction in the back of the throat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more rounds on your own, Ujjayi. And then walk your hands closer to the body. Switch which leg is in front. And walk your hands forward again. Ujjayi breath, a few rounds. Let the knees become heavy, hips relax, sits bones heavy on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back up toward your body and then come to downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide, lift the hips. If your backs of your legs are particularly tight, go ahead and keep a little bend in the knees. Nothing wrong with that. Shift the weight forward just a little bit. Bring more weight into the upper arms. Lift up through the armpits. Draw the scapula down the spine and then keep your arms strong and straight like that. A little bend in the knees. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, take little steps or hops to the top of the mat, fold. Remember, you can always have blocks under your hands here as an extension of your arms, bringing the floor to you and looking to straighten the legs. Lift up through the tailbone, let the head hang. You can grab opposite elbows, sway a little side to side. Good, let the hands fall. Root down. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Palms touch, and then exhale, hands in front of the heart. 3 sun salutation A's. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. Inhale, walk your hands forward, long spine. Look up last. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Pick up the belly to the spine. Exhale, knees might come down, lower to the belly. Untuck the toes. Armpits up to the ears, and then roll the head of the arm bones back. You can have a little bend in the elbows, and then sway a little side to side. Good. Come back down. Tucking toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, little steps or hops, top of the mat, fold. Root down to rise up. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Hands in front of the heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. Walk your hands forward, lengthen the spine. And then bend the knees, plant the hands, step or hop back, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Knees come down, exhale, lower to the belly. Untuck the toes, lift the head of the arm bones up, slide your scapula down your back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat, fold. Root down through the feet, inhale, reach up, look up, palms touch. Hands in front of the heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward, inhale. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or hop back, plank. Inhale, shift forward, knees might come down, exhale to the belly. Untuck the toes, head of the arm bones, roll back, scapula slide down the back. And then come on back down, downward facing dog, press down into the first finger. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward, little steps or hop, top of the mat, fold. Root down, inhale, reach up to the sky. Palms touch, exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. Walk the hands forward, lengthen the spine. Set the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, point the toes down. Exhale, knee to nose, shift your shoulders over your wrist to a push-up position. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step your foot through your hands. Take your back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come down, back knee lifts. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Notice the difference between the sides. Inhale, left leg reaches up. Exhale, knee to nose. Shift the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee over to the right elbow. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step the foot through the hands. Back knee comes down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Pick up the back knee, downward facing dog. Stay here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg lifts. Step your right foot through your hands. Back heel comes down. Open up, warrior two. Front knee at 90. Back leg in the back plane. And then the right sits bone tucks under the right hip. Soften your shoulders down. Take your gaze forward. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Forearm to thigh. Left arm might reach over the head. Two more. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Back heel lifts. Press the earth away. Step back, down dog. Shift forward, plank. Optional push-up here. Come to the belly or take chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, step your foot through your hands. Back heel comes down. And then windmill the arms. Back thigh in the back plane. Left sits bone rolls under. Soften your shoulders down, gazes forward. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse, reach up. Exhale, side angle. Or right arm reaches forward, so that's extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Inhale, reverse. Take the hands all the way down to the mat. Lift the back heel. Step back, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or hop to a seat. Come down on the sits bones. Feet come down, knees face up. Roll back on the back of the sits bones. Lift the pubic bone up to the ceiling. Roll the head of the arm bones back, forearms face up. Now maybe bring one knee up or the other, or stay here. Or maybe straighten the legs. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Remember, this can look like this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, or you're here. Inhale, come back. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come back. Exhale, come up. Good. One more, lower. And lift. Good. Grab hold of the backs of the thighs. Rock and roll on the spine. And come up to standing Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands in front of the heart. Exhale. Okay, step to the top of the mat. Tree. So shift the weight into your left leg and lift the right knee. And then we want the right knee to turn out. Use the hands to guide the foot up. And then hands in front of the heart. Equal pressure into the midline. Gaze is focusing on something that's not moving. And then when you're ready, reach your arms up. Maybe open the arms, soften the shoulders down, and breathe. Bring your hands back to the heart. Lift your right knee up, and then step the foot down. So I always want to have a steady transition if we can, or graceful as much as possible. Shift the weight to the right leg, lift your left knee, use your hands, guide the foot inside the thigh or calf. And then hug everything to the midline, hands in front of the heart. And reach your arms up. Engage the right buttocks. Hands back in front of the heart. And lift the left knee. And then step the foot down, arms by the sides. Good job. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. Walk your hands forward, lengthen your spine. And then take the hands back toward the feet, heel toe the feet as wide as the mat. So heels in, toes out, sit the hips down, Malasana Squat. So we want to continue to press the elbows back into the knees. Trying to find a little opening here between or in the groin area, inner thighs. Scapula slide down your back. Maybe rock a little side to side. And you do want to keep a little lift of your pelvic floor up. So you're not sinking into the joints. There is some muscular tone there. So the heels can kind of drag toward each other. Tailbone lengthens down. One more inhale. And then exhale, hands come down. Lift the booty. Heel toe the feet back together. Plant the hands, step back, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your foot through your hands, back leg lifts up, standing split. So I find that this left leg, the one that gets lifted, can become really lazy. So the lifted kneecap faces down to the mat, and you're pointing the foot and curling the toes back toward your face. Your leg can be down here as long as it's engaged, but try to lift it up without opening up the hip. Maybe draw your torso toward the calf or the shin. And turn your whole left hip down, lifting up the outer right hip. Inhale. Exhale, step the foot way back, hands come down, step to downward facing dog. Feel the difference between the sides. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step your foot through your hands. Back leg lifts up, standing split. Turn the whole right leg down, like rotating from the hip socket, the ball and socket joint. Left outer hip lifts up. Right leg lifts higher. Maybe the left hand wraps around the calf or the thigh, maybe both hands. Breathe. Let the head hang. If you've taken any arm variation, plant the hands on the floor, step way back, runner's lunge, downward facing dog, press the floor away. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to a seat. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple rounds of crow, but we're gonna start these on your back, just so you can kind of feel what that's gonna look like. So for supine crow, you'll come onto your back, draw your knees into your chest, and then take the knees wide. Glue the inner edges of the feet together, and then shift your sits bones forward so there becomes a little space in the low back. Now, reach your arms up to the sky, and then flex the wrists so the palms face up. And then take the arms inside the knees. You're gonna lift your chest here. Keep sliding your scapula down your back. Taking your tailbone down toward your mat. And then squeezing in. everything to the midline. So knees hug into the elbows, elbows press back into the knees. You're opening up through the collarbones, sliding the scapula down your back. Jaw is soft. Maybe try to straighten the arms and become even more compact. But you're still kind of taking the tailbone forward toward the front of your mat. Breathe, belly button to spine, and then let it go. Whew. Okay, grab behind the thighs, rock and roll. Forward fold, top of the mat. Grab a block, and then take the block right down underneath your face. And then walk your feet back a touch, heel toe your feet together, bend your knees, and come up on the balls of the feet. Take your knees wide, and then lift your tailbone up. Reach your right arm forward, followed by your left. Let your head drop. And then wag your tail side to side. Keep opening up the knees. Good, now you're gonna take this block, maybe put it on the higher setting. Slide your left upper arm underneath the left shin. Slide the right upper arm underneath the right shin. Elbows hug into the midline. Keep taking the first finger and really hugging it in toward the midline. And then practice this weight shift forward. So I want you to continue to slide the scapula down the back, keep the collarbones open, pressing down into the first finger, and then hugging the knees in. Lift the belly up, gaze is forward. Maybe pick up one foot, keep sliding the scapula down the back, maybe the other. My block needs to be forward a little bit, but I'm just gonna keep it there. Big toes touch. Make space in the whole pose. Try to straighten the arms a little bit. Breathe, lift the shins, and then come out of it. Whew, squat. Take the backs of the hands down or together. Fingers point down, tailbone down. Okay, we're gonna do it again. So I'm gonna move my block forward a little bit. Take the feet together, inner edges of the feet together, heels together. Walk the arms forward, wag your tail side to side. Keep the knees back. Slide the left forearm underneath the shin. Slide the right, or not forearm, upper arm underneath. Right upper arm underneath. And then you'll notice the elbows are really wide. So hug them in. Come up on the balls of the feet. Keep pressing down into the first finger. And then just practice this weight shift. Get used to your knees up on the upper arms, because that could be weird. It's not natural. Keep hugging the first finger and slide the scapula down the back. And just stay here. Work on the belly button lifting up. Gaze is forward. Relax your jaw. And then maybe the left foot lifts. Maybe the right. Just go slow, mindful. Shins lift, scapula slide down the back. Breathe, maybe straighten the arms, and then come out of it. Whew. Backs the hands together. Fingers point down, knees still hug back. Good. And then take the hands down and lift the booty, heel toe the feet, back to hips width distance apart. Ditch the block. Root down through the feet, inhale, reach all the way up to the sky, palms touch, and then hands in front of the heart. And close your eyes, and just let all that hard work settle in. Open the eyes, arms by the sides, step to the top of your mat. Ground down through the feet, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. Inhale, walk the hands forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank. Inhale, shift forward, knees come down. Exhale all the way to the belly. Okay, from here, forehead comes down, arms sweep back. shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and then lift the head of the arm bones up to the sky. This should kind of naturally bend the elbows, tent the fingertips on the mat, lift the palms. Take the legs nice and wide and put some more weight on the top of the pinky toe. Press down into the feet so much the knees lift, belly button lifts. From here, lift your legs, lift your belly, lift your chest and shoulders and your gaze. Maybe your arms go back. And then you're reaching back through the fingertips. Gaze is down, neck is long. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then slowly come back down. Arms, palms face up, shimmy the hips side to side. Bound locust. Lift the shoulders up to the ears, roll the head of the arm bones up, interlace the fingers behind the low back or grab hold of opposite elbows. Press down into the tops of the feet, especially the pinky toe. Knees lift, belly lifts, chest lifts. Everything off the mat. Rooting down into the pubic bone, reaching through the crown of the head and the toes. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly release down. And let the arms go. Shimmy hips side to side. Floor bow, or take one of those variations that we just did. So you'll bend the knees, reach for the ankles, and then you can just walk the knees forward a little bit to bring the natural curve back into the lumbar spine. Lift the shoulders to the ears, head of the arm bones lift from your mat. Press down into the pubic bone and then kick up into the hands. Hands pull on the feet and then open your chest. You can even bend the elbows a little bit. Roll the head of the arm bones back. Feel the opening in the front of the shoulders. Lift, lift, lift. Big breath in. And then exhale, slowly release down. Arms cross. Forehead comes down. Shimmy hips side to side. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Come on up. Tabletop. Stay here. Feel the work in the low back. And then take your knees together. Shift your hips back, forehead down. Feel that release in the low back. Palms face up. So we must rest. We must rejuvenate so that we can go on with the rest of our practice, with the rest of our day. Slowly lift the torso so you're sitting on the heels. Okay, from here, take your left hand outside the right thigh, and then take your right hand back behind you. Just let it hover. Lift the right armpit up to the ear, roll the head of the shoulder back, and then maybe take your gaze back. Twisting from your core, maybe the front of the left pelvis comes forward a touch, or the front of the left hip, I should say. Take your gaze back, twisting from your core. Pelvis leads the twist, spine follows, arms are an afterthought. Take your gaze forward. Okay, lift the left armpit up to the ear, roll the head of the arm bone back. Left hand just kind of hovers there. Right hand slides to the outer left thigh. Hug the belly into the spine. Take your gaze back. And then take your gaze forward. Good. Sit off onto either hip and take your legs out in front of you. Hands by the sides, lift the sits bones up, drag them back. Okay, from here, take your left two fingers, bend the left knee, take the right hand, turn the foot down, click the toes down, and then your left knee might come back a touch. Your right femur bone sucks back into the socket like a vacuum. Reach your arms out long, like at a diagonal. Keep rooting down through the right sits bone. And then walk your hands over to the front foot. Your right hand can come outside the foot, right elbow bends. Your left fingertips can be outside the mat. And then you're trying to line up the breastbone with the inner right thigh. Ideally, might not happen right now. And we're lengthening the place between the pelvis and the rib cage, and then we're also getting a stretch in the back of the front leg. Slowly come back up, and we'll switch. Left leg nice and long. 2 fingers underneath the right knee pit, bend the knee, flip the toes down. Good, left leg strong and straight. Left femur bone roots back into the hip socket. Right knee can open a bit more if you have the space. Reach your arms out at a diagonal. Keep some weight down into your left sits bone, and then walk your hands over to the left. Keep hinging from your hips, walking your groins back, sits bones back. Slowly come up. Right leg forward, bend the knees, slowly come on to the back. You can grab a block if you like. So feet root down, knees straight up. Walk your fingertips toward the heels. Squeeze and walk the scapula toward each other so the chest is really open and your upper arms are externally rotated. Press down on the heels, lift the hips, maybe interlace the fingers behind the low back and keep walking your shoulder blades together. Feel expansion over the entire front side of your body. Lifting hips, lifting chest toward your chin, lifting chin up away from the chest. Relax the buttocks. You can do that by just letting the hips soften a little bit down. Slowly take the hips back down. Draw the knees into the chest. Take some circles, a few in each direction. Good, and then draw the knees nice and wide toward the armpits. Roll the sits bones forward. It's like a half happy baby. Rock a little side to side. And then happy baby, soles of the feet up toward the sky. Grab onto the big toe with peace fingers or inner or outer edges of the feet. Rock back and forth a little side to side. Good, take your feet down. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Organically pressing the right knee forward. Reach through the gap, interlace the fingers on the back of the thigh and let this left shin, left foot hang out. Good, bring your left foot down, unhook the right. Left ankle over right thigh, left knee presses forward. Reach between the gap. Let the right shin hang out, rock a little side to side. And bring the right foot down, unhook the left. Soles of feet together, knees together, and then soles of feet apart, knees wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms open. Gaze is soft or eyes closed. And come back to the intention that you set. So intentions are something, yes, we think of with our brain, but The ultimate goal of this intention is to feel it in your body. What does that feel like? What does it look like? Picture yourself in a scenario with that intention in mind. How would you be? How would you look? What would your demeanor be? And then lengthen the right leg long, followed by the left, Shavasana. Take the scapula together, open up the head of the arm bones, palms face up. And let your breath be natural. Back body super heavy. Just find stillness. Come back to the moment. Deepen your breath. Take your head side to side, find a little wiggle in fingers and toes. And then take the right knee into the chest, followed by the left. Give yourself a little hug. Take a moment of gratitude for your body and for your breath, for your practice. Roll off to one side or gently rock and roll up to a seat. Just take your time. And once you're in your seat, heavy in your sits bones, pubic bone presses down, shoulders soft away from the ears. Palms come together in front of the heart. Notice how you feel now compared to when we started. Bring your intention back to mind. So we want to take our practice off the mat. That's the biggest gift yoga can bring us, is tapping into the breath when we leave our little sacred space. Having some time between stimulus and response. Another gift yoga can bring us is just that pause before reacting to something. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. Namaste.